You've seen how our smart tabs perform on a boat. Now, let's take a look at why they work better than any other trim tab or foil on the market, even higher priced electronically controlled tabs. The most common complaints we hear from small and medium-sized boat owners are excessive bow rise on takeoff, getting on plane quickly, and porpoising. These challenges limit the maximum performance from your boat as well as your overall enjoyment. Let's take a look at each of these more closely. Your boat has an access point, or the point at which it pivots in the water. The ideal access point is midship. As the stern weight increases, the access point shifts towards the stern. The more stern weight, the farther back the access point and the higher the bow rise. Add in the thrust of your motor and you lengthen the amount of time it will take to get on plane. The key is in balancing your boat without compromising performance. So how do smart tabs balance the hull without sacrificing performance? Smart tabs create extra stern lift intuitively. They increase the running surface and adjust the hull design to compensate for changes in sea conditions, weight, and speed on a continuous basis. It's an active system. At slower speeds, smart tabs are fully deployed, offering the greatest amount of lift. As your boat accelerates, the tabs automatically adjust angle and retract in direct relationship to the forces on them created by the water pressure and sea conditions. There are some experts who feel that to plane quicker requires more horsepower. This is a myth. To get on plane requires hull balance, not throwing more horsepower at it. Without smart tabs, typical bow rise will be about 15 to 17 degrees, regardless of the motor's horsepower. You see, during acceleration, your motor is working to push the boat uphill in order to get on plane. The acceleration is slow and forces the motor to labor. With smart tabs installed to create balance, bow rise is minimized, which allows the boat to accelerate with less resistance. From a power standpoint, you'll require less than half the horsepower from the motor to get on plane, resulting in more horsepower for quicker acceleration. The result? Time to plane is significantly reduced, visibility over the bow is increased, and your fuel economy is improved because your motor is pushing the boat forward, not struggling to climb uphill. Once you're on plane, if your boat feels like a bucking bronco, then you're experiencing the phenomenon commonly known as porpoising. Porpoising is the bouncing reaction of the boat's bow rising and falling as you're cruising. To eliminate this annoying and uncomfortable bouncing, there needs to be enough stern lift to hold the bow down. A common remedy to reduce porpoising is to trim the motor down so that the prop angle is facing up to lift the stern and hold the bow down. This is a costly mistake resulting in prop slip, which decreases prop efficiency. You get the maximum efficiency when your prop is perpendicular with the water surface, not at an angle. The key is in stern lift and balance. Let smart tabs lift the stern and control the ride. As you can see from this animation, the tabs retract intuitively in response to changing conditions. Uniquely, the smart tab's actuator resistance can be adjusted so there's no danger of pushing the bow into the water with too much stern lift. Both the port and starboard tabs react independently from one another to keep the boat level at all cruising speeds, eliminating porpoising. Prop slip is reduced, prop efficiency is increased, and your fuel economy is improved automatically. If you're familiar with riding a motorcycle, you know that in order to turn corners, especially at high speeds, the bike will lean in the direction of the turn. The same can happen when turning your boat to port or starboard. As you can see, with smart tabs installed, the left tab deploys, slightly anchoring the turn to port, and the right tab remains horizontal. The same is true in a starboard turn. The right tab deploys and the left remains horizontal. Smart tabs again respond to the boat's condition to maintain a smooth and level ride. The intuitive nature of smart tabs operates similarly when tracking through wakes, waves, or chop. Let's say you enter a wave at a 45-degree angle to starboard. The port smart tab will deploy, and the starboard tab will remain horizontal. As you exit the wave, the starboard tab will deploy, and the port retracts to keep you level. With smart tabs, You can travel through waves and wakes without having to steer the boat in order to stay on course. Smart tabs respond equally as well in chop. Like a shock absorber on your car absorbing the bumps in the road, the dampened reaction of smart tabs absorb and respond to the rapidly changing conditions of choppy waters. You can see in varying conditions that smart tabs adjust and adapt to whatever you can throw at them. The self-regulating and adjustment variations make smart tabs the perfect solution for all small and medium-sized boats. They react automatically and immediately to boat speeds and sea conditions, weight or load balances, and all directional changes. In addition to increased fuel efficiency, you'll find your boat to be far more enjoyable with smart tabs because they create far less intervention and work on your part. If you own a small or medium-sized boat and you'd like to get more enjoyment out of it with better performance, handling, and economy, then you owe it to yourself to buy and install a set of smart tabs today.